It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Say hello to the folks.
Hey, hello to the folks.
Hey, Shaquille O'Neal is here. Say hey to the folks.
Hey, what up, folks?
The NBA's really rolling along at this point. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Denver, where we'll see the Nuggets going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for the Pelicans, they've had a tough time over the last few weeks. 3-7 in their last 10 games. We'll see if they can make amends tonight. Remember, when the New Orleans Pelicans were sold in 2012, the new ownership was eager to compete, trading for veteran talent to complement the #1 overall pick, Anthony Davis. Aside from a single playoff appearance, though, it's been mixed results.
Oh,
Kenny.
mixed result, because sometimes when you try to take shortcuts, you get shortcutted and stuck. And that's what happened.
That's good life advice.
No question. You can't take shortcuts to greatness.
No.
And you have to. There's another one. There's another jewel.
Yeah.
I tell you, let me give you another one. There's another jewel.
I'm
You
just
want me to want
mining
one more?
for nuggets over
I'll
here.
give you one
yes.
more.
Yeah, give me one.
An ounce
Of prevention.
is worth better than a pound
of cure.
There it is. There's another one.
Yeah. An
No
apple
question.
a day
Keeps the doctor.
Cereal
away.
Oh,
No, but obviously it doesn't, because we both had apples, but you're still here.
Yeah. And you know, those memories of losing Chris Paul is still fresh. They're going to have to start winning to keep Davis around.
Chris Paul? No, that's like 15 years ago.
Doesn't matter. The memories are still there.
Man, I forget what we were even talking about. Give me another old adage there.
I got one. The memories are still there.
The
like
bigger
the
they are,
breeze in the air.
the harder they fall.
Mm-hmm.
Hustle it up, pick it up. Let's get fired up. Let's go.
The other guard, 6 feet 4 inches, number 14.
Everyone is in their seats here at the Pepsi Center as the Nuggets look to grab a win here in downtown Denver, Colorado. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. For the Denver Nuggets, they won their last contest, that game against the Trailblazers in Portland. And what really made that outcome a surprise was how lopsided it was.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stayed consistent with who you are as a team.
Such a confidence builder to go on the road and be able to dictate the tempo, the style of play, keep your identity. They were able to do that here.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Rajon Rondo is out there with Holiday. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Darius Miller. And it's Diallo in at the 4. Cousins, no one around him. The rebound by Wilson Chandler. On defense, New Orleans outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, and some of that loss was due to a lack of hustle, especially on the defensive end.
And there are games where an opponent gets aggressive. You got to raise your level of play. They failed to do that in this one.
Cousins. That doesn't go either for Cousins. And so here's Denver. And so much of what Cousins does on the court is unstoppable. But at times, Brent, His leadership is something that can get in the way.
Well, I wouldn't technically call that leadership, Kevin. There are times where DeMarcus Cousins detracts from what it is the ultimate goal of a team. In the early part of his career, created a bit of negativity around the atmosphere of what was going on. I think over the past couple years, he's been much better. He's got a new situation now and maybe a new lease on life. Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
For New Orleans, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And Cousins throws it down.
Yeah, Cousins does not mess around in the post. When he's got that kind of positioning, he's going to ram it home.
For Denver, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Murray kicks to Jokic. Dishes it to Chandler. Back to Jokic. Shoots over Cousins. It's deflected. And pushing it up, here's New Orleans. And there's Miller, good that time on the assist by Holiday. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Murray, the pass to Millsap. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Millsap's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, Millsap really wants the shot anytime he can get it from there. That's his comfort zone.
Miller, right side. And stolen by Harris. One-on-one fast break. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
And nicely done, running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
And from the day that Anthony Davis was drafted, New Orleans had a win-now mindset.
Well, that's what the decree from the upper management was. And maybe a little bit unfair to put that kind of pressure on such a young superstar talent who wanted to find his way in the NBA. The front office focused on making some trades and surrounding him right away without understanding exactly what Anthony Davis was going to be good at. Let's face it, he's still great, and there's still that opportunity for AD.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Let's send it out to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Mike Malone. David?
Yeah, Kevin, he's mindful of the fact that this is a shot-blocking team they're playing, but he doesn't want his team to be shy offensively. He said, if anything, we have to be patient and at the same time aggressive. If we can be deceptive in the way we attack, and there are ways to do that, we can score inside. We'll see if that works, Kevin.
Thanks for the report, David. Guys, just how difficult is it to face a team with this kind of defense?
Kevin, it is tough. They've got some guys who can totally wreck your game plan with their activity on D.
I also wonder if this is going to give them a spark of their own on defense. You face a team with this kind of pressure, and it can get you fired up to prove that you're every bit as tough as your opponent.
Here's Murray after Drew Holiday's score. On the wing, Chandler, covered by Miller. Off with the layup.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
That puts them in the lead. Cousins has got his second basket of the game.
Man, when he goes to work inside, Kevin, it's just unstoppable. What a force.
Murray kicks to Chandler. Jokic sets the screen for Chandler. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
For Denver, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Stolen by Holiday. Here's Cousins. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
DeMarcus Cousins, a big guy without a doubt who can carry the offensive load for any team that he's playing on. He puts up some incredible numbers on some decent offensive efficiency. Over 20 shots a game, though, the last few seasons.
And he makes the first. And for Cousins, one of the reasons he can carry a team on offense is how many different ways he can score.
Well, he does an amazing job of getting to the line, and a couple seasons in his career so far, Kevin, has been over 10 free throws a game. Those are easy points to put up on the board.
And Cousins drops them both.
I think the attitude talk about DeMarcus Cousins has been played out for so long. It's about celebrating the times that he's right, because when he's right, he's right.
Now here's Millsap. 26 points for him last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
He also had 2 blocks that really impacted that game, guys. He really made his presence known. Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
The Nuggets trail by 5. Murray kicks to Millsap. Chandler with the ball. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense.
Screen by Cousins. Miller dishes to Cousins. Rondo at the elbow. Chandler with the steal. Over Miller. The putback. Millsap. It's good on the putback.
Like seeing Millsap there going hard for the offensive glass and then getting the easy putback.
Outside Rondo. Miller kicks to Holiday. And he uses the glass on the layup. Holiday's got 6. Nuggets have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Murray, the pass to Harris. Fires from the wing. Millsap misses.
The shots like that drive coaches batty. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
Holiday with the 3. That shot is off. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Offensive rebound. Chandler dishes to Murray. Millsap left side. Inside. And stolen by Cousins. And Holiday, here we go. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Jamal Murray.
You can see the determination from Holiday on that attack, expecting contact there, and got it.
And Drew Holiday, a good floor spacer. His 3-point percentage rebounded after a down season in 2015-16.
One facet, Kevin, I would tell you as a point guard is having consistent teammates. That's not been the case. The more minutes that he plays with guys that he becomes familiar with, I think you'll see Drew Holiday have more consistent numbers.
The first free throw is good.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
New Orleans making a switch here. Clark's checked in. All 3 throws good from Drew Holiday. We often talk about how players have evolved over the years, but Brent, what about strategies on both sides of the ball? Where has that evolved?
I think the last 5 or 6 years, what we're seeing is definitely on the offensive end, more of a European style of basketball where we have passing, off the ball cutting, multiple times where the big comes out of the hole, which is the post-up area, Kevin, to the top of the key to be a conduit from both sides of the floor. That draws the whole line of defense up and creates opportunities behind the play. If we go to the defensive end, Kev, that's all about switching. Versatility on the defensive end comes from switching, swarming defenses, and that's where teams are trending to go.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Miller, no up.
Got to get out his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
Miller against Chandler. Jokic with a screen on Holiday. Harris misses.
Well, he's got both height and length, and that time showed them both.
The drive by Cousins.
You have to admire the speed with which Cousins attacks that time. He's so tough to slow down when he's driving on the inside.
timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Now, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Cousins. Cunningham comes in for Diallo. Hill, he's checked in for Miller. And Tony Allen subbed in for Drew Holiday. The offensive rebound. And another shot. And Fareed sends it back.
And the swat by Fareed was vicious, stalking his prey.
The Nuggets trail by 7. Plumlee with the screen. Barton kicks to Arthur from the arc. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, you have got to box out the Manimal on the glass. If not, he'll eat you alive like he did there with the offensive rebound and putback.
Here's Clark, defended by Moutier. Here's Hill. Here's Ajinça, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Ajinça's got his second basket of the game. The Nuggets shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Arthur kicks to Barton. Goes up at the stripe, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And Will Barton looks comfortable there down on the inside with the shot.
There's the pick. Outside Hill. Allen inside. Barton defending. Allen's shot is off.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Moutier passes to Fareed. Up top, Barton. 5 to shoot. Plumlee. Great positioning on the putback.
That's what most want to see from Plumlee. Attack mode, pound the boards, have the confidence to finish off those kind of plays.
The kick out to Hill. Cunningham inside. Fareed on him. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And where the shot's been coming from tonight, here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and 3-point shot attempts so far for the Nuggets.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
That's good from Cunningham. Brent, you don't think of the Nuggets as being a especially good outside shooting team.
Well, I think for them, Kevin, a lot of the guys who they are hoping can shoot the ball develop into more consistent shooters. Jamal Murray is talked about with the Denver Nuggets as having one of the more sweeter shooting strokes, and Gary Harris continues to work on it. So making a conscious effort to improve not just the shots and the makes, but maybe the shot selection of this young ball club.
Now here's Barton. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Plumlee with the screen. It's Barton with the drive. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
You cannot give players that kind of positioning, and the defense also late in trying to alter that shot.
Allen dishes to Hill. Kicks it to Cunningham. A second chance effort. Hill, no good. The Nuggets trail by 3. Pass to Fareed. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Excellent D there from Allen. Here's Hill. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And that one's good. Barton.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
And 1:01 left in the first quarter. Allen for the 3. Here's Ajinça, and the jam by Ajinça.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, you know, his reputation. Grinding away 100% effort all the time.
And then uses his explosiveness once he's gathered the rebound to throw it down.
Now here's Barton. He's got 6. Excellent D there from Allen. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. No good from Clark. The Nuggets trail by 3. And here's Moutier. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. They set the pick. Plumlee with the screen. Barton wide open. He fires. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. 9 points for Will Barton.
Will Barton catches the ball. A great job of squaring up, and the defense better be aware of him there.
And we'll be back with you shortly. And a chance now to hear from Paul Millsap talking about the confidence of his team.
You know, our attitude approaching the game has been, you know, we can beat any team in this league. You know, if we work together and, you know, put everything into play, you know, we'll be all right. And that's the kind of attitude we've been having. You know, that's the attitude we have to keep.
Greg, it's got to be more than just attitude, right? I mean, ultimately, don't you have to have guys step up and produce in some cases or even overproduce?
You do, but really it is about attitude and confidence. I mean, those are the 2 elements that if you bring to the table, you really will have a chance to beat anyone. And so don't discount that attitude when you're on a roll. They call it getting your swag on today. Back in the day, it was called having your mojo working. Right. So same thing, and you can ride that for quite a ways.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Such a great way to get yourself into an offensive groove and build up some early confidence.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Moutier and Barton, the guards. Kenneth Faried is out there with Plumlee, and it's Arthur in at the 3. Denver grabs the miss, and going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year, but overall, 2 teams that were very similar in the standings.
Now here's Barton. To the middle. Nice shot by Arthur. Arthur's got the game tied up here for the Nuggets.
Well, Arthur usually on the outside finds his way inside and then handles himself down low.
Clark kicks to Cunningham. Plumlee with the steal. They push it up 4 on 3. And Faried the bucket on the assist by Barton. Faried's got his second bucket tonight.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Emmanuel Moutier spent a year in China prior to the NBA rather than playing in college. A lot of people respect what he did while he was over there. He said, being in a foreign country, everything is different. It made me mentally strong. Now in the NBA, he said, you've got to have confidence because every point guard in this league can play. You've got to keep that edge and be prepared at all times. Evan?
Thanks, David. Mental fortitude is critical, especially when you're a young player in this league. So it's the Pelicans now, after the Nuggets pick up 2. Allen for the 3. Plumlee with the rebound.
Yeah, a little surprised he missed that one so badly. The defense was nowhere to be found. And you see Mason Plumlee and what he brings to the table right there. A very well-rounded big man. Solid at putting the ball on the floor and creating some space. But perhaps his best attribute, and we saw this in Portland with his teammates Lillard and McCollum, playing on the top of the key and becoming a playmaker. A good passer up there, averaging about 4 assists a ball game.
Now here's Moutier following the miss by Tony Allen. Plumlee with the screen. Here's Barton, and Barton throws it down.
Precision pass from Moutier to get his teammate a good look there.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And last season, Denver making the trade for Plumlee right at the deadline. Many felt they gave up a lot for him, but the team feels he's fit right in.
Having him and Jokic down there gives you an incredibly talented passing tandem of big men, where Plumlee can play along as the lone big man or sometimes complement what it is that Jokic can do. And he has great athletic ability down there, so we'll see how they maneuver him and what kind of minutes he's going to get for this ball club this year.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor.
Well, Cousins taking some initiative there. Fantastic at setting screens and then creating the space for his offensive player.
Murray kicks to Millsap. Puts it up from 12. That one off the back iron and out.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling. Exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
Yes, that goes in. Rondo's got his second basket of the game.
Enjoyed that unselfish play from Holiday for that swing pass to the open teammate.
For Denver, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Harris kicks to Jokic. It's stolen by Rondo. And here we go. Cousins heading to the hoop. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, this team now has to settle in right here and have a great possession without getting so aggressive that you compound your mistake.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The Nuggets shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
You watch Jokic out there and you just marvel at the combination of his size and his soft hands and his ability to see the court. Very strong on offense from all spots on the floor, stretches you out, makes the mid-range jumper from time to time. But he's always moving to open space, and guys just seem to get energized when he has the ball because he's going to get it to him.
With Jokic, he seems to be the whole package in the offensive end. Brent, great footwork for his age, but the one area that needs to come along is his defense, many feel.
Well, Kevin, maybe defense and conditioning, but on offense, he has every tool that you'd want from a center. Actually, every tool you might want from a point guard. That's how good he sees the floor, and incredible to think of what the offense did and how it transitioned behind what Jokic is capable of doing on that end. And that's good passing down low. He's good at working the ball deep into the post.
Holiday against Chandler. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Some great shooters here. Let's check out the league leaders. And you look at Diallo, you know what you're going to get from him day in and day out.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
Free throw, good, Holiday. And the New Orleans Pelicans last season with one of the worst offensive rebounding percentages in history.
Yeah, I mean, it improved somewhat with DeMarcus Cousins coming in. But I think really it's the team's philosophy, though. They value getting back in transition more than they value a chance to attack that offensive glass.
Both free throws good from Drew Holiday. Here's Murray. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Trailblazers in Portland. Jokic a screen. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Not enough on that one as it misses.
You got to be a little bit questioning of the defense, because I'm sure they feel foolish for giving that guy that look, but they survived it.
Now here's Murray. He's covered by Rondo. From 11 feet away, Murray, no good. For New Orleans, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Miller dishes to Rondo. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Denver shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. In the corner, Murray with it. To the wing on the left. Here's Millsap with the putback. Jokic on the follow. Jokic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, a good job around the rim of Jokic getting in great position and using his huge frame to snatch up that rebound.
Millsap's against Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now here's Murray. 5 points in the game from 12 feet out. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Cousins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Rondo kicks to Diallo. Holiday against Harris. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Drew Holiday is 6'4", maybe Brent closer to 6'5" in shoes. Huge for the point guard position.
Well, that size helps him out a lot defensively, especially when he uses his hands as well as he does. Now, most of the point guards in the league, Kevin, are good defensively at tipping passes and predicting plays. And Drew Holiday has all of the physical sets to be a more dominant defender at that position.
So they now lead by 1. Brent, so many heady players, tough players, eventually become coaches. We've seen it time and again. And what kind of situation would it take, for instance, for you to get involved with that, either on the floor, on the bench, or in the front office?
I'll tell you right now, Kevin, I'm so thankful for my local YMCA because I've coached the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teams for the last few years.
Good for you.
I'm not getting paid for it, but I think I'm learning more there than I would in the league.
But you enjoy it.
I do enjoy it. And Kevin, I think basketball's been such a big part of my life that at some point I will love the opportunity to be involved with one of the 30 teams in the league in some capacity.
I'd be lucky to get you. Now, here's Jokic. He had 19 points in the win against the Trailblazers in Portland.
I also thought he did a tremendous job in terms of timing in that game, swatting away some shots. Ended up with 3 blocks in that game.
Brent, there are a lot of great passers in the NBA at that starting center position. Seems like it's something that is more and more valued these days, but the best of the bunch might be Jokic. Some people feel great passer in vision.
Yeah, incredible the way that the offense last year transitioned around such a young and relatively unproven player at that position. But he can pass over the top. When he gets it on the block, he'll play at the top of the key. And I love how the guys around him are encouraged to cut when he has the basketball.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Now here's Rondo. His last outing, he had 8 points. Miller, the pass to Diallo. Offside Rondo. A clear look for Cousins. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. 16 points here for Cousins. To the inside, got a piece of it, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for New Orleans.
And when you come into a game with the mindset of going right at the rim and not settling for outside shots, this is what your shot chart will look like. Every chance they've had to either attack the paint or play back to the basket, they've taken it, and it's been a complete success thus far.
Jokic a screen. Millsap a screen on Holiday. Here's Harris, and the rejection by Cousins.
Well, offensively, you better respect the reach of DeMarcus Cousins. Terrific at getting a hand on that one and swatting it away.
Now here's Rondo. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. For New Orleans, they haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. That free throw good from Miller. And when the Nuggets are clicking on offense, Greg, they are a joy to watch.
You know they are, and one reason is because they're one of the better passing teams in the league. And right near the top in terms of assists per game last season. And all players on this roster at all positions look to make that extra pass to get an easy bucket.
Now Cousins. Wilson Chandler missing from long range. Jokic with the steal. Now here's Murray. He's covered by Rondo. Murray dishes to Millsap. Chandler outside. Clock at 6. Here's Jokic. And another miss by Denver.
Pretty surprised he missed that shot. The defense was decent, but not really effective.
Now here's Rondo. He's guarded closely. And it's Miller penetrating.
Well, a great battle last year as the season finished off between the Nuggets and Blazers to make the playoffs. Denver did not. So they made some trades, tried to make a push. This year they've got to make some improvements and maybe find themselves in one of those top 8 slots to play in the postseason.
That free throw good from Miller.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Both free throws good for Miller.
Well, they depend on him to score, and that doesn't mean just from the field. Sometimes it comes from the charity stripe.
Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
And Brent, for the Nuggets, you get the feeling of excitement for this franchise.
Well, you feel like this team's not just going to make the playoffs once, but could have a very effective long run in the Western Conference, and they're going to be playing a style that a lot of their fans and certainly fans around the league are going to appreciate. Off-ball movement and passing. You know, there's a team in Golden State that seemed to do that with great effectiveness.
The Nuggets trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Millsap sets the pick for Harris. Off the screen and slam dunk by Harris.
Great penetration by Gary Harris. The D did not step in front of him, and as a result, he gets an easy finish.
Harris against Holiday. Outside Rondo. And he makes good on the layup. Rondo's got 4 points in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Millsap a screen on Rondo. Murray kicks to Millsap. And it's Denver scoring again.
Well, the D providing some resistance there, but remember, Paul Millsap, NBA All-Star.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And a name that a lot of NBA teams were in on this past offseason was Paul Millsap. His ability to shoot from outside and play in the post was wanted all over the league, and the Nuggets were the team ultimately that was able to land it.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. Here's Clark. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. He kicks to Allen. Out to the right wing. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And again, no good by New Orleans. And for the Nuggets, Millsap, Greg, seems to be what they want in the 4.
You know, he pairs well with Jokic and others on this team, gives them some shooting and rebounding, plus his overall versatility is what separates him. The Nuggets seem to jump out of nowhere to sign him, but when you look at things, it really does make sense.
Moutier, no good. New Orleans has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Allen kicks to Hill. The feed to Clark. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Clark's got 5 points so far.
And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters. Fishing with dynamite.
There's a screen. Here's Plumlee, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
As much as you have to admire his burst and force, I think Plumlee's aggressiveness on that play, the impressive part.
Here's Clark. He has 5. It's Allen on the wing. There's 38 seconds left in the first half. Here's Cunningham, and then Cunningham with the dunk.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. The Nuggets trail by 5.
If they increase the tempo, they got a chance at a 2-for-1.
Yeah, and you're going to have to get up a quick shot to make that happen.
Moutier pass to Barton. Plumlee with a screen on Allen. Barton with it. He's picked up by Hill. Barton, no luck.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And released it in time, but it's off the mark.
Great contest from Arthur there on that shot. No easy baskets in this league.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's been the guy making things happen for New Orleans. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, I mean, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball. And then we've got to continue to push the basketball and score offensively.
We'll see if you can keep that going in the second half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. DeMarcus Cousins having an outstanding game. He had 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
Well, I like their effort on the boards because a game could come down to just a few key possessions, and extra rebounds can give you those extra possessions if you work at it.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Well, I didn't even know who some of these guys were, but their bench came up with some big shots, gave the team a lift offensively. It's always possible those guys will see more minutes in the second half, but at the same time, if you're a starter for a reason. We shall see, Ernie.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
The lights of downtown Denver shimmering in the background as we welcome you back to the Mile High City and the Pepsi Center. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You look at DeMarcus Cousins in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Pelicans leading by 5. So for New Orleans right now, we've got Darius Miller, Holiday out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Diallo in at the 4. Now here is Holiday. There's the pick. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
flawless pick and roll motion there, executed to perfection by Drew Holiday.
Puts it up from 15. That's good for Miller, the assist by Rondo. Miller's got 7 points.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Harris setting the pick for Murray. Chandler a screen. Harris kicks to Jokic. Shoots over Cousins. Jokic, no good.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Alvin Gentry plucked away from the Warriors staff that won a title in 2015, and he was an assistant coach there. He sees the opportunity to take over his own team once again after having coached in Phoenix and headed to New Orleans. Now has a ton of talent on the inside. Can he get some guard help this year to make a push to the playoffs?
Here's Jokic following the score by New Orleans. Misses from short range.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
And it's sent back by Millsap. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Chandler against Miller. Chandler right side. Jokic, no good.
That's like milk on a hot day, just a bad decision. Absolutely no reason for him to be taking those shots.
Terrific awareness among this collection of centers and power forwards. The big men averaging the most assists per contest over the previous 10 games. And you look at Diallo, currently 5th in the league in assists. Such court vision.
It takes a tremendous feel for the game to be able to make the passes these big guys are capable of making out of the low post.
Well, an offense that's unpredictable can be tough to guard. The ball doesn't go into the low post and never come out. It keeps moving thanks to their passing ability and playing unselfish basketball.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yeah, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Smart for Holiday to get that shot off even after the hack from the defense.
Right, you were known for a lot of stuff. Great passing was one of them. Also known as an exceptional shooter. Of all the guys you played with, who is the best at setting you up for a score?
Wow, I think my years playing alongside Gary Payton in Seattle, he drew so much attention, Kevin, with his ability in transition, of course, that patented spin move of his, and then his great ability as a 6'4" guard to post up, especially on that left block. Drew a lot of double teams, and that opens up shooters on the weak side. That's where I happen to be.
All the great point guards see the floor so well. They know where everybody is, don't they, Brent?
And the best ones, Kevin, you're right. The best ones are the ones willing to pitch the ball ahead. That's when you really have something special. And the Pelicans might have the most formidable front court tandem in the NBA. DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis. Some calling them fire and ice. Gee, I wonder who fire is.
All free throws good from Drew Holiday. And the Pelicans, Brent, had flirted with small ball. How's the fit between Cousins and Davis?
Well, it does help out that both of these guys are so talented and capable of shooting the basketball as big men. But I think AD plays better off the ball and not really force feeding him. DeMarcus is just the opposite. He's got to have the ball in his hands to make plays. So we'll see how they end up working this thing out. They could still use some perimeter shooting because of the attention that these two big guys are going to draw on a nightly basis.
One of the stories here, Drew Holiday getting it done today.
And he can't be stopped right now. The D looks like they're at a loss, and they have no idea how to contain him.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Nuggets. 4th in the conference, an excellent season so far for them, though they'd like to jump into the top tier, maybe the top 3. And, of course, there's the Pelicans, 5.5 games behind.
And I think for New Orleans, they weren't part of the discussion of teams on the rise as we came into the year. And now, quite frankly, we know why. If anything, they've taken a step back.
Now, still some chances to find some positives as the season comes to an end. Even if it's not a playoff spot, just some kind of forward momentum heading into the offseason. Really enjoy his work on the inside. The D was there, but helpless.
Now here's Rondo. He has 6. There's the pick. Shoots the 3. Again, Holiday missing. The Nuggets trail by 11. In the corner, it's Harris. They get the rebound. Millsap a screen. Holiday against Harris. Here's Chandler. Chandler with another miss.
Somehow, some way, he couldn't get that one to fall from in between. Got to take advantage of the weak defense when you can.
And Holiday kicks to Miller. Screen by Cousins. Back to Holiday. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Here's Chandler, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on the New Orleans Pelicans.
Well, last season was just so huge for Wilson Chandler. So many people rooting for him after missing the entire 2016 NBA season and came back to have a very strong year. Averaged 15 points, shot about 46% from the field, 33% from the three-point line, and at times was the best offensive force that his team had to offer.
First free throw is good. For Chandler, his absence was felt when he sat out all of 2016. Brent, he's a player who can, as you've said, give a team so much versatility with his skill set and ability to fill positions.
Well, he acts as a jack of all trades for any ball club that he's playing for, and you can play him basically from the 2 to the 4 spot, and he can make tons of contributions to you offensively.
Chandler hits them both. And the Pelicans' 2017 first-round pick went to the Kings as part of the DeMarcus Cousins trade. Brent, how does this team find help along the perimeter?
A lot of this comes down to the Pelicans and scouting not only the NBA and the college ranks, but maybe the international ranks to try to find some guys to come in and be not only 3 and D players, but also good cohesive players to play alongside what DeMarcus Cousins can do and what Anthony Davis provides.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboards. And although not the biggest guy, you got to love how Rondo uses his body inside. Has a great touch as well around the rim.
Now here's Millsap. He's got 10. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. Cousins against Millsap. Diallo the pass to Cousins. No good from the wing.
Just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
Now here's Murray. He's covered by Rondo. Murray kicks to Harris. But they recover it. That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Chandler.
Jokic always with the heads-up display there, looking attentive and a fantastic job of finding the open man.
Here's Rondo. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Well, the defense looking at him like a Rubik's Cube. They cannot figure him out. He continues to light him up from the field. More importantly, they're winning.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Well, a few things have become clear with Rondo in the past few seasons. 1, Greg, he needs to be happy with his situation in order to be productive. And 2, he can give you big numbers at times, but he isn't the player he once was on that Celtic team.
Yeah, and Rondo, he's such a hard-headed guy and has his own way of approaching things. If you clash with him, everything goes up in flames with his game. Needs to be on the same page with his coach, and he's running out of coaches who will put up with him.
Dante Cunningham's checked in for New Orleans. Allen comes in for Drew Holiday. And it's Millsap with the extra effort.
Wow, can't lose Millsap on the boards, and surprisingly up quick for a finish on the offensive glass.
Now here's Allen. He was averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Cousins. Rebound by the Nuggets. Millsap's got 6 rebounds in the game. Harris with it. And Allen picks him up defensively. Harris kicks to Jokic. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Jokic has got 12 in the game.
Great for this offense to get Jokic involved in terms of scoring. We know he can pass, but right now, dropping some J's.
Rondo, no good. The Nuggets trail by 6. Harris outside to the paint. From 8. No good off the back of the rim. New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Allen. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
Here's Murray after the basket by Tony Allen. Now Murray. 5 points in the game. Jokic, no good. Outside Rondo. He dishes it to Miller. Over Chandler. That shot missing. And the Nuggets going the other way.
Hey, even though he's been off, the team's still winning. So the hope is that he's going to get going.
Pass to Cousins. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Millsap. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. He's around 14 points per game, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. And impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy, all elements right now working together, and the game is coming so easy.
The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Amazing to think about where Paul Millsap's game has come throughout the course of his career. I remember that the first season for him in Utah, just shooting 3 3-pointers. Now he's to the point where he's averaging close to about 250 throws from the 3-point line. So his skill at that forward spot on full display in today's NBA.
And Millsap has become vastly superior as a shooter and playmaker.
Well, coming into the league and being drafted by Utah, he was an effort player. Those efforts have paid off. First ever player, Kevin, to lead the NCAA in rebounding for 3 straight seasons at that size, and now one of the league's most coveted and skilled big men on both ends of the floor.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Rondo's shot is off.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Chandler.
And every time he's pulled up from deep and let it fly, it's found a way to catch iron. Not sure if it is something with his release or the defense is bothering him on his threes, but I would expect him to attack the rim a bit just to kind of mix things up.
He's off on the first.
I think it's safe to say that the Emmanuel Mudiay experiment still continues. Great athleticism for a point guard, plays with great power as a point guard. The decision making and the shot selection are the things that a lot of scouts, coaches, and teammates want him to get better at, and no doubt he does too.
Good on the second free throw. Mudiay, through his first few seasons in the league, struggling from the floor. Brent shooting well under 40% every year.
Well, the further he gets away from the rim, the tougher it is for Mudiay to find scoring. So a lot of defenders find themselves backing up and challenging Emmanuel Mudiay to make shots over the top. Got to put a lot of work in to become more consistent as an outside threat.
Cans the shot with nobody near him.
Sweet jumper there from Mudiay, catching the D by surprise by taking that shot as soon as he got the pass.
Here's Clark, defended by Mudiay. And that one's good by Clark. Clark's got 7.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. The Pelicans make their last shot. Martin with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Martin dishes to Plumlee. Clock at 6. Fareed setting the pick for Moutier. Shot off the pick, and the shot falls short this time.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Denver with the ball. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game. In the next game, it'll be played in Los Angeles. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Now, here's Moutier. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Screen by Fareed. Shoots off the screen. Moutier, no good.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And that one drops.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
Here's Barton following the score by New Orleans. Fareed at the elbow. Puts it up from 12. Rebounded by Ajinça.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
And that one's good by Clark.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Nuggets trail by 12. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Barton against Allen. They need this. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Will Barton, known as the People's Champ, is a fantastic scorer on the wing. Fearless with the shots he takes, Brent, and very aggressive when he gets the ball in his hands.
Well, that's what you love most about Will Barton, is his ability to attack a defender off the wing and play with speed and reckless abandon. It's him trying to find a more complete game, and also maybe, Kevin, trying to find a little bit more control around what he does offensively.
And the first one drops.
6'6", 175. That's one wily athlete. Will Barton, tough to guard, given his height and his speed.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And one of the things about Will Barton's game that, to me, makes him such a force is how unpredictable he can be. He plays at times almost like a man out of control, and it really does work to his advantage, as he is a difficult guy to deal with in those one-on-one situations.
The Nuggets trail by 10. We've got 33 seconds left in the third. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Here's Allen. Cunningham passes to Clark. Outside Hill. Releases. And too long on the shot.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Pelicans lead by 10. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Just keep battling. We're doing a good job. But guys, I'm telling you right now, the game is on the boards. We play great defense. We give it back. We give up a three-pointer. We have to go get it.
Allowing extra possessions, a chink in the armor that has Alvin Gentry concerned, you can tell.
Well, I mean, they could run all 5 guys at the defensive boards, but then sometimes you can't get out in transition quite as fast as you'd like.
3 quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. Moutier and Barton, the guard. Arthur out there with Kenneth Fareed. And it's Plumlee in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
Drew Holiday, he's checked in for New Orleans.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good. The Nuggets trail by 12. Moutier with the ball. Barton outside. Screen by Fareed. Just 3 to shoot. Shoots a fader. Barton, no luck. Pelicans leading by 12. And here's Holiday. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Martin left side. Over at Jinsa. And again, Denver no good.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contest it.
Here's Diallo. Here's Clark. They get it back. They set the pick. Diallo kicks to Clark. A little over a minute and a half of the 4th quarter gone now. They get it again. Plumlee dishes to Moutier. Barton outside. Denver gets it back.
Yeah, just nice hustle there. That work gets them the extra possession.
Moutier kicks to Arthur. They shoot again. Green for 2 points.
Arthur sneaking his way in there, finding that angle, and then grabbing the rebound with the putback.
Holiday, the pass to Diallo. Feeds to Clark. Got a piece of it. And now the Nuggets, fast break. Here's Moutier. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Pelicans leading by 10. Ajinça kicks to Clark. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Fires from deep. And again, no good by New Orleans.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Chandler comes in for Jarrell Arthur. Gary Harris, he's checked in for Barton. And it's Jamal Murray in for Emmanuel Moutier.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Now, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Fareed. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball. We'll see if the message sunk in, Kevin.
That's good from Harris.
Gary Harris is the type of player that a lot of people feel very confident is just going to keep getting better and better. Has a good knack for scoring the ball. Such a great off-ball cutter. Great chemistry right now with Jokic between the two of them. And as he grows older, he'll continue to build upon his offense. Potential to be a very good two-way player.
And Harris drops them both. And for Harris, the way he plays, it'll probably be a few years before he hits his prime. Brent, even right now, you like how he can fill it up.
Well, he went from his first year just averaging 13 minutes to 2 straight seasons averaging over 32. So trial by fire a bit with Gary Harris, but he continues to show progression and can be a very effective two-way player. Lots of upside for this guy.
And so here is New Orleans after Gary Harris made that last three-pointer. They set the pick. Here's Diallo. And the Pelicans miss again.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Now here is Harris. Fires top of the key. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Jokic.
I swear Jokic is out there playing with a watch on because of the timing aspect of his game.
Here's Cousins. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Murray dishes to Millsap from 10 feet out, and it's in there.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
There's the screen. And it's Miller penetrating, and he gets it to go. And the Pelicans lead by 5.
Soft touch on the lay-in. Not everyone has that.
Murray kicks to Millsap. It's stolen by Rondo. He feeds it to Cousins. Cousins with another miss. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Murray, no good.
That's a wide open shot. Sadly, he came up short.
Cousins, the pass to Rondo. And they double up Cousins. Rondo with a clean look. Here's Diallo. Rondo dishes to Cousins. And that one's on target from the wing. Cousins has got 22.
You know, I don't know how much more we can laud the play of DeMarcus Cousins, but he's on a roll like this. He is something to watch.
Murray kicks to Harris. Millsap a screen. And there's the pass to Jokic. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the way up.
Well, Jokic is simply outworking the defense right now around the basket.
Rondo passes to Cousins. To the inside. Chandler with the steal. The dish to Millsap. And they pick up 2. And now just a 3-point New Orleans lead.
Millsap seemingly getting more and more good looks as the game goes on, not showing any signs of slowing down.
And Holiday kicks to Diallo. Cousins inside. Millsap covering. Miller. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good for Miller. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Nuggets trail by 5. Now here's Murray. Chandler dishes to Millsap. With a step back, DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Pelicans shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Right side, Rondo. Here's Miller, and it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 7th assist in the game. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Now here's Murray. He's guarded closely in the corner. It's Harris. Millsap a screen. Pass to Jokic, and stolen by Cousins. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. Lays it up off the glass. And now a 9-point New Orleans lead.
And the best part of that sequence wasn't Holiday's steal, but his quick decision to push the ball and start the break. That's when the D's most vulnerable, and he took advantage.
Now here's Murray. Millsap a screen. Jokic with the screen on Rondo. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, Murray. But they'll get another chance.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Rondo passes to Cousins. Miller with a wide open look. Miller with another miss. Nuggets shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. And Chandler throws it down.
Well, that's just sweet passing there from Murray, keeping his eyes open and finding the open man.
Outside Rondo. There's the pick. Outside Holiday. Lets the 3 fly. Again, Holiday missing. The Nuggets trail by 7. Fires from 14. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
This is to Cousins. Back to Holiday. Outside Rondo. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other.
Allen's checked in for Drew Holiday.
One shot.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins. Here's Murray. Kicks to Chandler. Millsap down low. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Cousins has got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after. Diallo kicks to Rondo. Screen by Cousins. Rondo's shot is good. And the Pelicans lead by 8.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Chandler with a screen from Murray. Right side Millsap. Double team on Millsap. And Jokic wide open. He shoots offline with his 3. Pelicans leading by 8. Outside Rondo. Pass to Diallo. He kicks it to Allen. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Cousins dishes to Allen.
And Allen, just an incredible defender. Has a grit and grind mentality and uses his speed and strong hands to just annoy offensive players.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
No good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. does get the second one, and that will put them up by 9. Nuggets running out of time. Murray kicks to Jokic. There's the pick. Harris against Allen. Here's Millsap. Again, Millsap missing. New Orleans has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Rondo kicks to Allen. There's 1:17 left here in the fourth quarter. Chandler with the steal. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Harris with the ball. He kicks it to Millsap. Good, and Harris gets the assist. 21 points for Paul Millsap.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Denver's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Now, here is Miller. Jokic grabs the miss. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, even though he missed, you like seeing him taking that kind of shot. The defense must be better.
The shot by Rondo is no good.
And the effort and anticipation on defense won't show up in the individual stat sheet, but effective.
Yeah, he takes a nice angle on it. He doesn't get the block, but he does get the alter.
So New Orleans wins it. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Tony. Great road win against the top opponent. Did you want to send a message tonight?
No, they got a lot of buzz on their name. They're a good team. Take nothing away from their team. They're really good, and playoff battle team, and good test for us. And I'm just glad we got out of there with a win.
Says a lot about your squad, Tony. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you later.